It's Leedle, 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 Lee. Also, thank you to Show Off 133 for following. Welcome aboard. Thanks, Justin. Thanks for your input. We appreciate it. That being said, welcome everyone to the Honey with Friends podcast. Obviously, this things look a little bit different. Some of you will recognize this if you've been around a while. This is something that's near and dear to some of our hearts. But first things first, let me introduce myself. My name is Gravion. I'm here with some awesome people. I'll let them introduce themselves. Yeah, so thank you, Sarah, for hanging out with us today. We're for those of you who are not aware, we're actually in the Frontier. This is Monster Hunter Frontier, the game that kind of got the podcast at start. This Welcome to Mesoport Plaza. It's been a very long time, and I am very, very rusty because this game is built in Monster Hunter 2 engine. You'll notice that the camera is not freeform; it locks into different positions, which is really weird on a PS4 controller. That being said, we have a lot to show off today because this is really going to be our last chance to do so. This is Monster Hunter Frontier's kind of farewell episode. The official servers are shutting down next week, and this is going to be a bit of nostalgia for us, a bit of showing off what these monsters were, and with any luck, maybe we'll see a few of them in Iceborne or in future Monster Hunter games once the once the team moves over to that. That being said, let's get right into it. We've got a lot of hunts planned for tonight. That was not around when I was... Why will this not... So it is not for some reason letting me join? Both options I push tells me no. I am G1's G rank, so I don't quite understand. Technical difficulties. Also, while he's getting that set up, I apologize for the lack of audio. This worked yesterday when I logged in. I don't know why the audio won't play now. I've tried everything. Nothing works. It just does not load the audio. So I have no idea what's going on there. So with any luck, it will be... our sultry tones will be enough to allow this. Yes. This one's not letting me join either. I promise I grinded up to G rank. It said G1 star on my screen, or G rank 1 on my screen. I had a big fanfare. For some reason, it's not letting me do this. But yeah, so that being said, so Sarah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What you do, where people can find you. Yes. Oh, I forgot he's got super roar. I probably should have maybe looked at finding a set that had ultra great earplugs, but we could. Yeah, I mean, something you'll also notice too is that I'm using a 4th level charge for hammer as opposed to the normal super pound. Oh, I'm actually out of stamina too. This is what I get for not paying attention to that. But this is what's called a style rank ability. At least I think it's still considered style rank. I'm not sure if they've changed the name for that since I last quit. Also, you also notice that my hammer is super long. So this is not the overhead flip, this is the leaping slam. So I do not have the over the head flip, and I actually have no idea how you unlock that. Because it was not around when I first did this. Hang on, Sarah. I don't think your audio is coming through for some reason.
Is it not?
Say something now.
I think so.
Hello?
Okay, they can hear you now. Try saying something now. So for some reason, no desktop audio at all.
No.
Uh-oh.
Wait, it does now. Wait, say something now. I can hear you just fine. Yeah, we can hear you through via Discord. So that's really weird.
More technical difficulties.
But wait, hang on. So if what you just said just came through.
Interesting.
But not everything
anything.
comes through, which is really strange. I don't need any of this stuff yet still at all. And the thing is, it's coming through loud and clear on my end. Hear you all for chunks. Yeah, this is causing way more issues than I thought it would. I'm so confused though, because this worked just fine literally yesterday. I don't know why it's not picking up through this though, because it should be. Like the app itself is not grabbing the audio, and that's why I'm like really confused.
Big duck.
Oh yeah, just gonna run around and be a big old nuisance. It's just they're brilliant. I think they also cottoned on, like when they came out, they cottoned on to how much players loved them. Because like before, you had to get it from a code in a magazine.
Yep, the Connect on. I used to subscribe just for the Frontier codes.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, and then all of a sudden they're like, "So you guys really like those ducks, huh?" And everyone's just like nodding in agreement. So they just gave us a bunch of ducks. Some of them are unironically good as well, which I think is just brilliant.
So I have an idea. It's going to be. It means I can't really fight, but what it does mean is that I'm going to run around with my mouse because it looks like the audio comes through as long as my PS4 controller is not plugged in.
Oh, okay.
I also don't know how to change my. Okay, so middle click moves the camera behind me. Okay, this is going to be really fucking weird, but okay. We'll make it work.
Well, now we have sound, right?
We have Discord audio coming through. We still don't have
Okay.
in-game sound.
We have also
Could be a lot worse.
right?
It's a big fat ripperino on the old audio there.
Help me.
Uh-oh. Kino's a robot.
Yeah, Kino is super robot.
Get me an updated set, and
She's running out of batteries. She's just gonna. You're just gonna hear like. Doom.
wholeheartedly am humbly thankful for this.
Oh no!
So apparently,
Kino,
you've all
dying.
figured out Kino's secret. Kino is actually a shark-based robot.
Oh, that was it. She was set to spy
Something
on us.
happened?
You've turned into a
She's-
robot.
she's
You're
5 minutes in the past.
Hello?
You just DC'd Kino.
Hello?
I can hear you now. Can you hear us?
I think she's in the past a bit there, Grav. So I think we're speaking to a past version of Kino.
We
We have
might
to warn
have.
her.
I don't think she's realized she's disconnected either.
No, I think it's just quite.
Hello?
Are you back?
Are you there? Are you alive?
Oh no, my VPN's being so dumb.
Welcome back. I think we literally talked to you in the past. That being
Yeah.
said, so people have now figured out that you are actually a shark-powered robot.
Yeah. It
How
was
does this
real
make you
painful.
feel?
Oh, a shark-powered robot?
Yeah, we found your secret out. There's no need to hide it anymore. So
Okay, now I got this, but
oh, they got her. Shh. Oh no, she's gone.
I'm gonna
Okay.
not pick
Well-
up that phone call. Someone from Chihuahua, Mexico, just called me.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
I have no idea who that is, and
They're just like, hey, watch out for that shark girl. She's actually a robot. They're actually trying to warn us. Well, for now, let's see. I'll put the quest up at least so we can get an idea of what's coming next.
I'm gonna attempt to plug in my Xbox One controller and see if that actually works. It was causing me grief before. We'll see if it works this time.
Yeah.
I'm relogging.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I remember the issue with this. The issue with this is that I don't have access to. Oh, okay. I see. So this actually may not be a bad thing. My camera is now moved with my right and left trigger.
Could be a lot worse.
And it's
I think
inverted.
with how uncooperative Frontier's being, probably the best we could hope for. But we'll wait for Kino to get back.
The issue is that I play Hammer.
I'm sorry.
It's all
No,
good.
It's fine.
But the issue is that I play Hammer, and I need my right trigger in order to actually attack things.
Nah, that's just propaganda made up by the Hunters Guild. They're putting chemicals in the water to make all the Tetsukabra's longsword mains. So you just don't want to listen to that, political stuff there. So
Okay, going to unplug this controller because this is going to be Oh, actually, I guess you guys and Frau can carry. So I just won't fight and I'll run around. People have seen my fantastic coach hammer. Sorry, it's originally we thought it was translated as couch hammer, which didn't make any sense, but it's part of the coach set. Which so some things about Frontier that most people may not be aware of is that this game is your classic Asian MMO. where it is ridiculously grindy for no particular reason, or it was, I should say, when I last played it, I should say. And there were cash swap sets that were pay to win, to the point where they were so much better than your standard gear, and they took so much less time to upgrade that you quite literally didn't have a reason to not buy them. We're talking hundreds of hours of grinding saved.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like your average Raviente set would take you, from the people I know who've played it, months, all for just one skill in particular. And yeah, these sets are just like open up your wallet and boom, there you are, end game levels of power. But where's the fun in that, right?
I mean, it helped carry me all the way through hardcore contour.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That was a big wall for a lot of people. So I'm in a weird position as well because, as I mentioned, I only started playing about a year or so ago, so a lot of this was all streamlined for me. And hearing the horrors, just the straight up horrors of how awful the grind was back in the day when, you know, there were 9 levels of G rank and you had to walk up a hill in the snow to get your Ravi gear and all this kind of stuff. It just sounds...
Oh, and Raviente wasn't even up all the time?
Yep. Yeah. Peerless becoming like a permanent event was only recently made available as well. That was very welcome. But hey, Gino.
I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yeah, coming through loud and clear.
So yeah,
okay,
it looks like...
I'm sorry.
So Ascalon in the chat, real quick, is the audio for voices at the very least, is it fixed now? Is it working? So hopefully it should be okay. Yeah, it looks like I think it's like, so it looks like the issue with that is that it was trying to shove audio through my PS4 or headset microphone, but there's no headset plugged into my PS4 controller.
Yeah, those things are real kooky to set up. It can just be a complete and utter nightmare sometimes. But yeah, so next up, we thought it'd be nice to show something that people are familiar with. So Kino and I decided on, Naga Kuga. Everybody knows Naga Kuga. Everyone loves Naga Kuga, right? It's just plain normal Naga Kuga. Nothing to see here.
This is not normal Naga Kuga, is it?
It's a frontier Naga Kuga.
Oh,
it's
where's Graham?
I'm trying to figure out what my buttons are. Okay, so it looks like my buttons are rotated, aside from my Y button or triangle button, are rotated 90 degrees to the left.
I need to see this, actually. I need to see Gravion running around.
This is just really difficult to control.
Oh, crabs! Now, I would normally bring my current set to this, but it is off a one monster with me using it.
Is this Narga invisible? Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's actually Lucy. It's let's check over here, shall we?
Found it.
Oh.
Area 9.
Cool. Yeah, Naga Kuga was very, very welcome when it came to spawn, so we thought we'd just show off, this Naga here. Where is he? What? Oh, yeah, Chloe came along instead of Frau. That's fine, she's got switch
action. She's just going to rotate through. Okay. Okay, so it's just normal Naga.
Yep, you can hear the theme.
No, it's not. Holy shit, what the fuck is this bullshit?
That's perfectly
That's a pretty one.
That's a normal Naga Kuga. Nothing to see here. He just,
And it has after images. It's so sick.
It's also getting destroyed by Chloe. Holy shit.
Yeah, we could just sit back and let Chloe just go to town on it.
Oh, that hurts. Ouch. That was actually painful.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's so hard to dodge.
Those after images are incredible.
Luckily, the Rasta, which is the NPC hunter we've got with Chloe, we keep referring to, is really good about healing.
Oh yeah,
it's about to.
I do love the fact that if you look at all of the icons for the hunters, you can see they have, and you can see that the Rasta we've got, the NPC hunter, has just everything active: starving wolf, adrenaline, like you name it. Oh,
Starving Wolf, by the way, is a frontier specific skill that is based on you having no bars of stamina left. It's just one bar. You'd run that in combination with adrenaline because it gave you a massive damage boost.
oh, yeah, disgustingly so. It's actually, funnily enough, very, very useful. Because extreme switch axe in Frontier can do fade slashes like the longsword, and it gets iframes during them and doesn't use up any stamina, like to evade. So people would just use that to evade instead with no stamina, and it was really impressive to see. And he's dead.
Yeah, I saw a video of that actually on Twitter today of someone using it to evade stuff.
I also have some very, very interesting looking tonfas. Is Zenith Kezu.
Big nope.
And they are horrible. You're just like...
He says, staring directly at the high rank weapon on the guy in front of him.
Yes, yeah. I mean...
I did damage this hunt, though, with a fucked up controller. Like...
You did it. I'm proud of you, man.
Dude, your armor is so old school.
I told you, like, this is literally the set
Freedom 2 old school.
Like, this is literally the...
Farmer 2.
This is literally the set I logged out in the last time I was able to play Frontier prior to coming back. I've got Ruko legs and legs and waist.
Oh god, that is Ruko as well.
I've got boxing gloves. I don't remember what that's from. I've got a Gogamoa chest. A Street Fighter, yeah. And then my helmet is something. I don't remember what the helmet is. I think it's an earring.
Is it kind of? I think it's just kind of like you say a caveman had been frozen in ice for years, and then you revive him and have to teach him all about like modern culture. Like that's what we're doing with Gravion here. Is you know we resurrected him and said, oh yeah, have you heard about mag spikes? And he's like, what's a magnet spike? And he's like, oh, just doesn't know what he's doing.
I had to get defrosted from the cold. My friend Ascalon literally carried and helped me. Bless that man.
Yeah, he was my carry as well. Very, very useful. It's just a shame, that he plays Switch Axe, but nobody's perfect.
I mean, the weapon
is
so cool in this game, considering.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Right. So yeah, that was Naga. Naga gets its own extra rage mode. Turns all blue, leaves after images. It does like teleport steps as well, which are horrible to fight against because it just moves so fast around you. If anyone's ever fought Lucent back in 3 Ultimate, trying to track it when it jumped around you, it was very much a task in of itself.
Back in my day, the only monster that teleported was Hardcore Kieran.
You damn kids!
Hardcore Kieran, by the way, used to actually teleport across the screen, and if you stood in between where it started and where it ended, you took a bunch of damage and died.
Oh yeah, Kieran's terrible. But right, so next up, we're not doing the G version. We're going to do the high rank version of these ones. I do need to do one thing actually before we go. I'm gonna just change something up real quick.
Meanwhile, we're going to take a look at this awesome shield on my Sword and Shield for my Transmog. That is the unknown Black Rothian weapon. Because it is easily the best looking weapon in this game. Even with all the new monsters, I don't care what anyone says.
Unknown then.
I love that monster. Like, I remember, I have video footage of me and Kino going to hunt Akura Vashimu, and it showing up in our quest, and us both freaking out.
Oh, you got the invasion. Nice.
This is back when it was
before they released the quest for it. It was just like, oh shit, what the heck?
Because we knew what it was, but it was super rare, and we never expected to encounter it. And so it was very much this super exciting thing, and I have it on footage. It is one of the most viewed videos on my now mostly barren YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was as well. Easter egg monsters. I know that Rajang and Dora had those as well.
Yep.
Super Saiyan 4 Death Rajang.
Producer Baba Konga and producer Gogamoa.
Oh yeah.
Didn't it have the producer's faces on it or something like that? Was what it was.
Yep. He was wearing a monkey.
I know that there's one quest
he saw the zipper.
I know that there's one quest where he has a literally just wields a gun lance, like a monster just wields a gun lance against you. It's weird, but the Phantom Dora was the one that think I have like naturally encountered it. Now that there's a quest for it. Where are they? Where are these walls that I'm looking for? Oh no, it's these guys.
I know there's a lot of phantom
Cool.
Well,
monsters
let's
that are showing up.
disable the Rasta and do 3.
Do 3 on this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean do
just
2
need to check.
and like a quarter?
Rastas kill it too fast.
I know, but I'm basically useless with the borked controller.
It's okay. I changed the weapon. I've gotten the weakest weapon now that I possibly can.
Hunting horn?
And yes, yeah, 100%. Which is a shame
Oh, is it duck hunting horn?
I mean, it's
that's right.
hunting horn. Admittedly, is the weapon that just the Rasta I know buffs just sits back and buffs you like 80% of the time. So at least there's that.
At the start of this quest, we need to listen to the hunting horn. It's the best thing ever.
Can. You guys can, but everyone else can't.
Oh, really? Damn.
I told you, no game audio.
Oh,
That's
no.
right.
It's a big fat
Well,
rip.
it plays Well Done Steak theme.
Yeah. So there's a version of the Well Done Steak theme that you get that has little duck quacks in the background, and it's adorable. It's the most precious thing ever.
And it's little tail booty wiggles.
Yeah. They pushed Poogie so much. They're like, yeah, Poogie, he's the cute little mascot, isn't he adorable? Oh yeah, well, I put ducks in here. Why not?
But he can
And
get a
then everyone
trampoline and he can join you on the quest. He was the best
you
buddy.
launch your Poogie into orbit to allow it to occasionally show.
No,
That is a pretty good cutscene.
He launches himself into orbit so that he can join you on your quests and be a boss like that.
That's such a brilliant cutscene. I love it so much. All right, serious game for serious people. Let's go.
Alrighty.
Yeah. And the best part is when I take this out. Look at him. It's my friend on a stick.
Oh, that's the actual weapon.
Yeah, it's a hunting horn, but when you sheath it, it goes over your body and you duck.
Okay,
I
that
need to
is
remember how to use hunting
that is
horn in this game.
objectively the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I
like
know,
a-
right?
It's like a
Hey,
battle,
sorry, Tamba.
battle flag.
Welcome to the stream.
Just charging in like, come with me, friends.
Follow the duck.
Yeah. All right. Wolves. Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, is this Kambu Nono?
Yeah.
Yup.
I fought them. I remember these monsters. I remember
They're,
them being hard.
Oh yeah. I remember. What's the black wolf? Nono, I think it is. Give me.
Nono is
Nono's
white.
a girl.
Nono is
Kamu's
white.
a boy.
Kamu's the boy. Right. Yeah. It was whichever. I think it was Kamu was supposed to be the harder one. All right. Let me see if I can
There's the,
wind up some songs
Tiger
here.
Roar.
Oh yeah, this is how it works. What's it? 1, 2.
Need an auto lock on the monster. I can just hit L1 and lock onto it again.
Okay. So the bad thing about
Wait,
this
when
is
did I get
have
poisoned?
no idea which
Oh, no,
songs
I'm
activating.
So you just
And-
use regen because I'm now healing.
Okay, cool. that works for me.
So we should focus on Nono first, though, because she gets a lot more angrier than Kamu.
Oh yeah. So these
yeah.
two fought as a duo. As you can see here, they both stick with each other, and the other is affected differently by whichever one dies first. So I can't remember the specifics, but I know that one gets really mad and the other one just like wimps out and just like.
Kamu wimps out, Nono gets angrier.
Yeah, so it's a bit of strategy trying to choose which one to beat first. But yeah, so they're a duo monster. You actually do get a couple of duo monsters in this game. There's actually one with Espinas as well, which is you can fight a white and a brown Espinas. They can do link up attacks as well, which is very, very hard to anticipate and avoid. But they just full on charge into each other, and it like a massive explosion happens. I'm just playing songs here, man. I just got my friend on a stick.
It is so difficult to avoid these attacks when I can't move my camera.
It's like a
Oop. All right, I'm gonna hit somebody with this duck. Yeah, that's a strong duck.
Oh, Nono's dead.
Yep. So now we've got to deal with this angry lad. But sir, this is my emotional support duck. I'm just like bringing it around for morale. Like, hey, I know there's this angry wolf, but check out this duck. Hey, Tina, look at the duck.
mean, it's a wolf. It eats ducks, so it's just a target.
Oh, I have a giant plushie one too.
Oh, I adore that plushie. It's one of the most wonderful things ever. It's like what, like 3 foot, 4 foot? It's massive.
It's half of me, man.
Really, dude?
But remember,
Admittedly,
I'm
Kino,
a short person.
Yeah, you're not the tallest person.
I'm a small bean.
I'm pretty sure you're like a foot shorter than I am.
Probably 4'7".
No, okay, you are more than a foot shorter than I am. I am 6 feet tall, so you are almost a foot and a half shorter than I am.
I get the kids menu.
You know, we could have had pictures of that, but unfortunately, the what's it called? The Wi-Fi in the Anaheim Convention Center was garbage 2 years in a row. Big rest in peace. Thank you for the follows from Ascalon, Slarty, and Fenris92Y. Welcome aboard the hunt. Thanks you guys for tuning in.
Oh, I didn't
our
notice
Monster Hunter
this little
Frontier.
touch here.
Still, I heard that wait in line. I was like, you wish.
Look at the beak. Look at the little beak. He's singing to us.
I can get behind the Donald Duck theme set that like goes along with it though.
Oh yeah. They give you the trousers to go with it. It's beautiful. They also have really wonderful names in Kana. Let me see if I can pull it up here. What's that? Pena Guku, I think it is. Pena. It's all like onomatopoeia. I know that there's one that's literally just like Gugu, and then Guku, which is the term for duck, but that they use anyways. So they're all like really fun to just say out loud with their kana. Let me see if I can pull up the song list so I actually know what I'm doing here. Weapons.
Man, I need that hunting horn.
It's so good. It's so good, man. I'm sure they've got like a ton of free ones going around. They do a bunch of different patterns as well. So there's one.
Oh yeah, they have like the Velocity. They have Hypnoku.
Yep. I think the one that I use in the lobby is the Silver Hypnoc.
It looks like Gear Prey.
Oh yeah, you could be right actually. It could be Gear Prey. One or two, but yeah, they've got them all based around different stuff and like the breeding season Hypnocs as well. It's just so stupid, like, but charmingly so.
And then this one's Silver Hypnoc.
It is. Yeah, nice. I'm sure I've got some others lying around. Like I've got the white made any yet.
So I've got this contour chest piece on.
That is a pretty good mog though. Like the Ruko armor does have a nice look to it, and those like big old like arm spikes are the best. And then we move on to the shark in the room here.
Oh yeah, Shark's the best.
I mean, this is Kino's true form. This is Sharkbot 9000.
Yes, yeah, exactly. You can see the organic computer brain just poking out through the mouth there, but you know we're trying to work on that.
Believe it or not, that's actually not even the computer brain poking out the mouth. That's a fake head. Because inside of that is actually a real shark that controls it.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
Like a T100 here.
Oh man, I'd love to see the list of like interaction options that comes up on your T100 vision.
Welcome, Harudamero. Thank you for following. Man, we've had a ton of new people show up today, and I'm so hyped.
Yeah, it's good. Right, so
thank you, and so thanks for everyone for coming by to hang out and enjoy Frontier one last time with us.
Oh yeah. I'm real sad it's going, man. I've had such a blast with it.
I mean, it's weird because like I have not played this game in years, and it's weird because I'm kind of sad it's going away too because I have so many good memories, so many fun times from just playing the game, so many good podcast memories, and some bad ones too, admittedly, but that's not what I'm here to remember. It's the fun stuff they've done in the meantime. It's the good quests. It's Shepard coming out of a quest and screaming in world chat that crabs can suck a bag of dicks.
Classic moment right there. So whilst we're on it, just while we're doing this quest here, like what's a memory you have of like your biggest achievement in Frontier? Like, what was the one quest that gave you trouble, or like a piece of gear that you made? Because obviously you've had a lot of older experience, so it's interesting to see how the challenge would have changed back then.
So I remember farming hardcore Daimyo Hermitar for 17 hours straight. Well, not straight, 17 hours in like 2 different sessions to get one item that I needed to upgrade a singular hammer that I then replaced the following week with the hammer I have now.
Brilliant. That's always how it works. Oh, I spent 5 hours, or like I spent 5 days grinding this out. Sweet. Here's a completely better one that you can make. How about you, Kino?
I have a lot of bad ones. Like, back because I started in season 9 in Korea before it shut down, and then I moved to the Japanese servers. And what happened was like we didn't have the certain core tickets and all that for your Hiden, so you had to do everything one by one.
Oh, manual hidden grind. Yeah, that's a real kicker right there. Nice.
And 2 weeks for HCG Rajong card, 5 1% cards. I hated that.
You needed 5 1%.
Yep.
Every single one of those hardcore cards is 1%.
And then the Hunter's Road shop comes along and goes,
I know, I got introduced to that last week, and I was like, no way.
Oh man, I'm gonna see if I can remember how to do some songs here.
So, by the way, Sarah, Ascalon has said in chat to not insult his choice of weapons since you carried him, or since he carried you all that time.
Yeah, that's completely right. I can't refute that. 100%.
I forgot how slow climbing as well. Is. What are we hunting here, by the way?
Follow me, and you will see.
I don't know what these songs do.
Pure imagination.
All right, let me assume my real form. There we go. So yeah, in terms of achievements, there is one I do want to talk about,
down,
which
I
is
guess, so.
I'm following where Kino is.
We're in the wrong room. Okay. Chang in the background with his wonderfully timed explanations.
Oh, here we go.
Something is above us. Oh, it's Ray and
Roro.
Roro.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh, it's Ray and Roro. Okay.
That's where Sonic Workout Bros, right?
So you know how last time we had Camu and Nono?
No, I can't hear him with my headset on.
Oh,
I know.
We can hear him better than you can. That's the best part.
And he's gone. Okay, so you know last time we were fighting Camu and Nono? This is another couples fight who sometimes just go into completely different areas and follow each other all around. So we have...
Keep leaving.
I can't remember which one's which one's the blue one and which one's the red one.
Guys.
Oh my god.
I figured out how to charge my hammer with this controller setup.
Right.
I don't have to use the garbage attacks.
Yes!
Wait, why does she keep jumping?
I don't know. Maybe if we just wait here, they'll both show up.
That's weird.
Oh, here we go.
Error. Wow.
Oh, and
the way I like to relate these two is like these people are best friends and they will bench each other. They like watch each other.
They're like workout buddies. Like they lift each other. So yeah, we have Lolo and
Ray.
One is a recessive gene, one's a dominant gene. It's not like Camu and Nono where they're male and female. But so they're another team battle, and they use the power of magnetism to fight. So we might be able to, if we're lucky, see some combo attacks out of these two.
Should be there.
Also, you can see here that the blue one's got some stars still around it. If you KO one of them, it will get confused after the KO is finished and start attacking its bud.
So I should note this is one of several sets of monsters that or several monsters that do use magnetism, and they're certainly not the first, but they make some good use of it considering.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's They actually do have quite a nice touch that with the magnet spikes, the weapons that were introduced, it has the ability to pin certain monsters, literally stick them to the ground with magnetism. And these guys are immune to it, which, considering they were around for ages before Magnet Spike came out, it's still a nice sort of retroactive touch they added in. All right, let me sing some more duck songs.
I'm running around. I don't want to kill it too fast.
I'm actually fighting because these things are the level of gear that I have.
Nice.
And I'm on fire with these KOs today.
Yeah, I'm liking it, dude. Where's the blue one go? Oh, no, there we go. Oh, so you'll see here as well, just in the background of Gravion, is that the blue ones here just stamping their fists. Sometimes they'll do that to prep for a combo attack. So we might be able to see something cool happen.
Hopefully.
So unfortunately, my camera was turned the exact wrong way for that entire segment that you just talked about. So
that's all right. You'll be able to see it once they sort of face each. Their scripted combo attacks is happening. You see the red one do it now.
There they go.
Oh, here we go.
Yep. There you go. Lift
Yeah!
him. All that workout.
These guys lift.
If you're going to pump, you up.
Oh man, just like, oh, there we go. And the rolls do damage because why not?
Because everything in Frontiers roars do damage. We're lucky that it doesn't lock you down with the super powerful one.
Okay.
Oh, they're going for it again.
Oh no! Yeah, it's like somebody went, hey, what if we took the spirit of Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold and just slapped them into two like magnet Rajangs. Okay. Oh yeah. I love that attack so much. That's like.
What if Rajang was an asshole? wait, he's already an asshole. What if he could use magnets then?
Oh man.
What if, even better, what if Rajang understood how magnets work?
Yeah. Rajang, who listens to ICP. Oh, I think we got one of them.
Yeah.
On the subject of Rajangs, you'll be quite surprised later, Grav.
Are we not fighting Super Saiyan Rajang?
No.
Oh, we're fighting
No,
the initial series. I did actually, contrary to popular belief, I did actually look at the quest we were hunting today. So I have some idea what some of the monsters are. I have also been paying attention to your daily or semi-daily doodles.
Oh yeah, you have. That's right.
That's right, because I like all of you should also do. I follow Kino on Facebook, where she posts these, and Instagram and Twitter and a lot of other cool places, where she posts these awesome. She's been posting these awesome Frontier doodles in kind of a remembrance of all the cool monsters in the game. She has a lot of them out now, like 20 plus of them out now.
About like 50, 60 now.
50, 60 now. Yeah, they're all
so
really
many,
cool.
Kino.
So, and they're just fun doodles, and so I'll link at least one of those places to find her in the description below. And you can also head to the Twitter. You can see under her little duck picture in the top left. It should also be available there to check that out.
Yeah, Kino's doodles are.
Sorry, I was going to answer.
I was going to say.
Okay, good.
Especially those like welcome back to Iceborne doodles. Those have been.
Oh yeah, the 4-panel comics. Everyone, I'm so happy I've been doing those. It's really fun.
Yeah,
I feel bad for beating up the Corey, your cat, though.
Oh no, he's fine. He works hard, but I did especially like just put it in there the Stygian one. Now that Stygian's has been announced and he's doing like the devil horns while he blasts lightning everywhere. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Stygian's
Thanks, man.
definitely a monster. You know.
Yeah, and so a quick question from the chat. Herdemeter was asked, what is the name of the Carapace that has 3 phases? So it's called Tycoon Zamza. I remember when that was released.
We could do that, dude.
We could do that. We may do it a little bit later though.
Yeah.
It's also occurred to me that I now have maximum Zenny and didn't realize it.
Yeah, that's going to have to be a fight where Akino and I aren't allowed to touch it in the slightest to show it off properly.
Yeah, we'll have to just run around on it for a bit.
Yeah. And just let the Hulk do it.
That might take longer than we have available for the podcast.
Yeah.
You could technically bring the Rasta and then let her do all the work.
Yeah, that as well.
And it will transition.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. It won't transition because you have to do the final hit.
Yep. That's how I got like a recording of Zamuza. I just let the Rasta do the work so it could transition without me killing it.
Okay. Right. Let me go change. I'm going to be putting the duck away for a second.
And as a
Be
reminder,
switching
guys,
over.
I'll post a link to it a little bit later, but on my YouTube channel, I don't really post anything outside of this podcast there anymore, but there are a lot of backlog videos of Frontier, so if you want to remember the fun times and kind of see how things used to be back in the day, there's a whole 3 and like a quarter seasons, probably more closer to like 2 and 2.75 seasons of the Hunting with Friends podcast there, with a few different people. Me and Kino stuck around though, and then as you can kind of see some of the hunts as they went out. I also did some spotlight videos on monsters, some tutorials on how the weapons used to work. If you want to kind of a look back in the past 6-ish years now, those are all available there. And you can listen to my not quite so sultry tones as I was much younger and had not yet developed the fantastic radio voice that I now have.
Okay. There we are. Right. So, next up is a monster that Kino is going to be very, very happy. We'll do 3-star. Okay.
3 stars?
Make sure to.
Is this
Yeah.
like,
So
is this like super weak? Should I not be fighting it?
No. It's it's a G quest.
Oh.
So we'll see if you can take it.
We'll see if it'll let me take it. Hell, if I push the right button. It will not let me sign up.
It won't.
It will not.
Okay.
I assume
Alright,
it
that's
says
fine.
something
We'll
like
do
you are
the-
not high enough to do this quest.
That's weird. I was under the impression that you unlocked everything when you started G rank, but
I feel like
could be
there's some
mistaken.
NPC I have not talked to that's supposed to unlock a bunch of things for me and hasn't, but I've not talked to them because I didn't read through any of the stuff that tells me to do that. So that's probably what has happened, and I just didn't realize it.
Yeah, urgent. You did the Shantian.
So Kino, quick question for you: Is the new adult Xenojiva creature going to get a Welcome to Iceborne doodle, or is that only for returning monsters? Kino?
What?
Oh, I was just I guess you didn't hear me. I said, is the new adult Xenojiva going to get a Welcome to Iceborne doodle?
Oh. I'm confused.
Oh, have you not seen it yet?
Oh, Adult Xeno?
Yeah, I figured it was all over social media. Well, I guess that's a good. I guess it's a good transition then. So, so Sarah and I have both fought the recon quest for this thing.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and preface
we
this with
have.
this spoiler alert for Iceborne. If you've been waiting on it for PC, and trying to keep things spoiler free, or if you've been just kind of keeping things free, we're going to be calling it by its actual name that got leaked on the stream. So keep that in mind. This is going to have spoilers. So the new monster coming out is an adult Xenojiva called Saphijiva. It is a gigantic red dragon. It's the new siege quest for Frontier. It officially, not for Frontier, for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. It has a recon quest out right now. You can go hunt it, but not kill it. And its official quest will come out on the 13th of December. It's basically next Thursday or Friday, I believe. And so this hunt is phenomenal. It is so far we've hunted so far is an incredible fight. They've taken everything they've learned from the specialty hunts like Behemoth and Kol Taroth over the last couple years, and I put it into one incredible fight. And I cannot wait for everyone to see it. I can't wait to see the full extent of it myself. So this monster is the Xenojiva has basically fully grown and has molted its skin, which does leave me to question what is Arc-tempered Xenojiva then?
No.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, this is the same quest.
I mean,
I can't join this.
you still can't join it. No,
I don't think any of the G
so-
rank stuff is gonna let me join, unfortunately.
Nah, that's fine. We'll do HR. So we'll have to bring in one of the other optional ones because there's no high rank version available for this monster. So we'll bring in the leech, I think. So that'll be fun. See if you can maybe get pinned by it, Gravion. I kind of want to see that. The Safijiva, like you said, yeah, absolutely fantastic and horrifying. Like it's scary to hunt in certain cases as well. Very much like Frontier has, like attacks that are guaranteed one shots. There's a pin move that it does that you're really not going to be living through without some serious life powder assistance. And yeah, I think that's brilliant. It makes it so scary.
The thing is, I've hunted it like 7 times now, and I have never once seen anyone get pinned.
Have you not? Oh, dude, I got hit on my first one because I was just sort of taking it easy. I was just like, oh, this is cool, this thing, whatever, blah 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 blah, and I'm being burnt alive. Okay.
Yeah, so I also main bowguns, for those of you who don't know. In Iceborne, I main bowguns, and so it's a big. Getting hit is generally not a good thing. So basically die.
Yeah. Yeah, and the hit zones, I say in air quotes for Safijiva for bowguns, are, well, they're really not very good, are they?
So the only spot where Safijiva takes full damage from a bowgun shot is on its wings, but not the whole wing, just the part of the wings where there might be muscle and tissue and things. The rest of it, like the actual, what's it called? The actual, like, webbing of the wing has the worst hit zone possible. Yeah. And holy crap, it is horrendous. So basically, if you're playing spread bowgun, you just fucking die.
Yep, 100%.
Or you resign yourself to not do any damage.
Yeah, it's like all stickies. Like that's your only option there.
And so I got my sticky set finished last night. By the way, the reason I wasn't getting those Sur spikes is because we have to cut the tail off the Rothian. That was the issue.
Nice. Cool. So we've got this guy here. This is Baru. I think he's just Beast or something along those lines is his title. He is designed on a blood bag. If you look along the sides of him, you can see sort of a line going all the way down that looks like pitching. That's pretty much because it is. He will find other monsters in the area, snatch them up, and start sucking their blood, and gains different powers depending. So he normally goes after the drones, so Velocidrome, Gendrome, Iodrome, things like that. And you can see he's got purple now on the sides. That shows off that he was just munching on an Iodrome and getting the poison.
He's a piece of shit.
Can't guard that. Yes, and his Zenith version is, quite frankly, horrible. Oh, he beamed me. He got me. But yeah, so it drains fluids from things using its tongue, and you can see it starts to just split apart. I want to see if we can get the Iodrome in here to pinning it down. Okay. I'm just getting smacked around here. Like one attack, it's going to cause a flinch.
I'm trying to beat it as best I can.
See, if anything, I thought this was going to be us just carrying you, but now it's the opposite. Because otherwise,
it's because the monster just dies.
5 seconds. Yeah. Come on, Baru. There it is. Okay. Bless you.
Who's a knight?
Add power. Okay. He's also one of the. Correct me if I'm wrong. Baru was like one of the first or like second Leviathans to be put in, because I know they had Kwaru.
Yeah, Korosapusu is the first one, and that was the last one that I fought in this game.
Yeah, that.
I've got pinned.
Goes.
Oh my god! If someone has life powder, now is a good time to do that because I'm barely gonna get out of this alive.
It's all right. You're fine. You're living. That's a strategic adrenaline proc there. You're actually speed running right now. But now, you want to know the gross thing about this? Is that Baru's now got red running down the middle of it. That's like, there's bits of Gravion in this monster. We can carve like Gravion parts.
So usually what that does is like it lowers sharpness.
Yep. Yeah, I've just gone right down to purple. It just smacked me with one of the blood balls.
I may or may not be at
If that's your
green
blood in
right
there,
now.
What's your rare drop? What's your rare drop? What's your 1%?
It is a Lego I swallowed when I was 3.
Ah, right. Okay, well, let's tear the scope and let's see if we can find that Lego. But yeah, no, Kino was right. Blood do lower your sharpness.
Wow.
Which is a real pain, considering frontier monsters don't really give you an awful lot of time to sharpen, especially at the later level. Okay, is he? Oh,
So I'll use my actual sharp whetstones so I can get back up to purple. Maybe I didn't have purple to begin with. I don't actually know what I have on this weapon. I think it's white, but yeah, it looks like it's white. Okay, question. So now that Frontier is closing, what features / monster do you guys think would be cool to have in the main series?
Oh, that's a good question. Just one though? That's difficult. I don't know.
Espinoss.
That's what else would be really
Espinoss?
good.
You just straight up think like a monster being added in there.
Yeah.
I would like.
Keep it
make
simple.
Yeah.
I would like them
I
to
think
take.
that's-
Oh, good. I'll let you go first. I'll go last.
No, okay. I was going to say AOE's that actually work. If I was talking about a mechanic, I also like the idea of unsheathed running. So with extreme style, you can run with your weapon out, and I'd like to see that in mainline because it's so convenient and really really cool to use. If it was going to be a monster though, I'd probably say Midogaron or Anoru. I think, considering that Anoru is also based on 3rd gen wyverns, that could be a very, very nice addition. So yeah, I'd say Midogaron or Anoru.
So features-wise, I would like them to take what they learned from Kamu and Nono and Ro and Rei, and to put those kind of combo attacks and things into the main franchise. So things like this is what I was hoping for when they made Lunastra and Teostra. I was really hoping that they would have done more. They do have a combo attack. I hope they would have done more than just the one that they did, though.
Yeah, I do feel like there's a missed opportunity with bond attacks now. Like there should really be the option to have, even like a Rathlos Rathian one. It would be, or like a silver and gold Rathlos bond attack. That would be, see that kind of stuff in mainline would be definitely very good. Like they brought it in for one couple and then left it out.
And even in that, they only have one attack they do it in. And like Frontier, where you like half the attacks they do are combos. And then for monsters, I would like to see Pariapuria in the game because I think that's a great monster. And it's old. And
God.
And it's great, but the concept of a monster that like eats meat and then gets so full that it vomits everything back at you is absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah, and the feeding mechanic as well. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, and then Pariapuria, so kind of like it's a bit like the Big Chungus quest from Monster Hunter World base game. Where you want this you basically will throw down meat and this monster will eat, and then it will actually it'll actually vomit out those items again. It'll vomit out items you can pick up, and that's how you gather some of the special item drops from this monster. And so you want it to be fed. It also gets much slower as it gets fatter and stuff like that. So it was actually a really cool mechanic. And I really enjoyed it. I think it'd be really fun to see that, and I think it would fit in really well in Iceborne, especially in like the guiding lands.
Yeah, definitely. It's to go a bit in depth on it. Is the color of its drool corresponds to the different kind of meat that you put down, and then it like throws them if you don't on an emotional and spiritual level. Yeah, Pariah's a pretty great one. There's a ton of like these really cool, unique mechanics. Some of which have started to come over into main series, but there is a lot more to be desired.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Stock my whetstones, because that's an item you actually have to carry now.
Ooh, okay. So
there is a, by the way, as a quick heads up, there is a some audio from like the TV in the background.
Yeah, I can
Picking up pretty heavily.
They can hear that. The whole stream can hear what you're listening to.
All right.
Thanks,
And
Cheng.
it's actually picking up really stronger than my voice.
All right. Fine.
Okay. Okay, fixed.
Cool.
Much appreciated. So while we're getting this quest loaded, Fenris has asked, what makes you guys go with the class or weapon types you use? I'll take the lead on this one. This is so I made Hammer for a long time, especially in Frontier, because I really liked it and had a lot of cool attacks. The leaping level 4 charge was super fun. Moving into the current games like Iceborne, I've been a gunner for a very long time. I mained bowgun all the way through Portable Third. I mained bowgun through most of 3 Ultimate and through most of 4 Ultimate, and then once we got into Iceborne, like heavy bowgun was like a must play for me. And I love gunning in general. I like being the range character who can be both support and a lot of other things too. What the fuck? This isn't even a G rank quest. Oh yeah, this is a G rank quest.
Oh, is it? Sorry, muscle memory at this point. I'm just so used to going to the.
It's all good. It didn't look like it was a G rank for us the first time. I had to like read through it again. Like, oh, this is G rank crap. But yeah, so like I love heavy bowgun and the ability to craft the spread bowguns, which spread was my jam. I used to I never posted times. I used to try to speedrun the dual Zenogre quest in high rank in Portable Third, and I had like I had a sub 6 minute time, and I was so proud of that. Which, by today's standards, is a garbage time, but at the time, that was a pretty good time. When that was with no traps, no flash bombs, no stun or no locking with stuff like that. It was all just locking them down with attacks and dodging and heroics and things.
Yeah, that's genuinely impressive. That's quite good because they used to have that like magnet.
Yeah, so
like spreads would gravitate.
And so the couple monsters that had it, Diablos had it in its tail, Zenogre had it in its head when it first came out. And so the thing is, though, this is back when you had old weakness exploit, which was a 10-point skill, which basically was the equivalent of like 2 points now. And it gave you 50% affinity for just hitting a weak point. And it turns out Zenogre's weak point was in its head. So it was kind of dumb. I don't have cool drinks. I didn't know we were going to this area.
Oh, no, I brought it already. I did the AoE
oh,
one.
Oh, you did AoE. Cool, thank you.
Oh, cool. We could just let Chloe do this one, to be honest. Hopefully it shouldn't be too bad.
So this is the Rajang initial species, like the ancient
it's
one.
Pretty much all I've ever used.
And it's pretty scary looking.
It's Vol'jang, yeah. He's a origin species. I can't remember the exact, but
like an ancestor of Rajang, essentially.
Yeah, like a species that eventually evolved into Rajang through various things.
Yeah, prehistoric Dinojang.
Yeah. Aslan is said he's the Crimson Lotus Lion.
Yes, yeah, that's his official title. Real scary monster. Actually, a G rank monster that I still find myself having trouble fighting. That's not a Zenith.
So this monster also is one of the first ones that at least that I've seen that has blights in Frontier. So like so I just got lit on fire. I had to roll it out. That doesn't occur very often in this game, so. Or at least
no, like Fire Blight and Thunder Blight. All they got even worse with the introduction, but they weren't around at the beginning. But yeah, so that question about like why do you choose the weapons you choose, Kino? What sort of weapons are you mainly like rocking?
I've always used Greatsword ever since I started Monster Hunter on the PS2. That's pretty much all I ever use. I love heavy weapons. And then when Frontier came out with the Tonfas, I've been in love with that because it's a fast pace, in the air.
Yeah.
I'm a simple person.
Yeah, you like your flips, you like big numbers. I like it.
Yeah. How about you, man?
It's a game. Jack kind of thing.
We're
maybe
losing
using
Sarah a
one
bit.
weapon exclusively. So with Frontier, I chose Switch Axe because I thought that the like fade slashes and instant guards look really cool, and for a similar reason, I chose the Mag Spike because big magnet, do big smash and fly. Very sort of caveman thought process there. So what's he do? He jumps and then he roars, boom, like that. Cool. But in Iceborne, I've been in love with Hammer. Hammer in Iceborne with those new clutch combos is utterly ridiculous and so powerful. Yeah, it's like the ability to shoot out the clutch claw like Spider-Man and grapple onto monsters' faces while swinging like a Beyblade is some of the stupidest stuff I've ever seen, and I absolutely adore it. Yeah, it's a pretty good weapon. And just for all around like flow, Charge Blade is nice just because you can sync up everything. But nah, Hammer and Iceborne has got to be it.
And let it be known that the build that I pioneered when Monster Hunter World first came out, the aerial sliding hammer, is now the meta for hammer. So you're welcome.
Yes. You're a trailblazer, yeah, setting trends without even realizing it. That's how you know you're a true visionary there.
Yeah, I'm a hipster visionary. I had played it before it was good.
Just screaming at all of these new ledge hoppers like, I did this first, man, come on. Hey, nice. I think I got maybe 2 hits there. That's a pretty good job.
Oh, so hard, guys.
Yeah, I mean, don't praise me. I hit it about as much as you did. That was entirely the Rasta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chloe's putting in work.
So
One thing.
Oh, good. I was going to say
I was
Tonfa
just
is
going to say one thing about.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
No, just one thing very quickly related to Vol'jang and Switch Axe. If you hunt enough of the G-Rank version, you can unlock a sigil, which is basically a weapon-specific decoration that gives you buffs. And the Vol'jang one's real nice because it allows you to recover health every time you do a guard with the Switch Axe. So if you see here, I can just press the right button, actually, and instantly guard like that. So guard, and that helps me recover health, which is very nice to have for Switch Axe. Sorry for interrupting there, Grav.
No, you're good. I was just seeing Herdamaro followed up that last question with, speaking of weapons, Tonfas and the Magnet Spike, could they be added to the main games? I'm not so sure. I mean, I like them in concept, but I don't know if they necessarily fit.
I think it's too complicated for Westerners.
They are incredibly, like, if you look at, like, if we compare weapons that are in both main franchise games and Frontier with just the Switch Axe. Switch Axe in Frontier is leagues more complicated than it is in Monster Hunter World, and playing playing the Switch Axe in Iceborne is actually takes a pretty high skill cap to do it correctly and to be able to combo properly. And this game blows it out of the water in exactly how much technical skill you need to pull it off properly. I just think it's too much for the game. It's not new player friendly, and main series team is definitely not aboard that whole unlock weapons as you go thing. They want it to be unlocked at the start, so you don't have to learn something new as you get into the end game.
Yeah, definitely. They're very much Frontier weapon to stay in Frontier. You know, not out of any. It's far too much. Like they'd have to make some serious changes to the Magnet Spike to for it to be even considered in Iceborne because of just how much distance you can get, like how easy it is to close the gap on monsters. I mean, to an extent, it's even overpowered in Frontier. Yeah, and Tonfa's like a KO fast weapon would be nice, but again, they'd have to rework it a ton. Probably get rid of like the like aura attack and things like that. So
there's also things like
I'd love to be able to play them more, but
like the magnetism debuff you put on enemies, stuff like that. It's one of the reasons why I don't think we'll ever see Gormagala in Iceborne, even though people really want it to come. Is I don't see them creating a whole new status effect that has to affect every other monster in the game in addition to the players as something that is viable to put in the games. Like if it's not in there from the start, it's not gonna be added at any point. And I don't think we're gonna. And for that reason, I think it's very unlikely we see things like Gormagala again because Gormagala had a whole game based around its mechanics. And so I don't think they would do the magnetism stuff either. Like they might have monsters that do it, like Ruka Diora might make an appearance, but I don't think we'll see weapons that do stuff like that.
Yeah, and considering how busted it can be, like on Hunter's Road, having a monster just stand still for however long, whilst a bunch of other people with Raviente power go against it is just busted. Like, there's even a glitch you can do with the Magnet Spike pin, the debuff that you talked about, where if you aren't the host of the quest, you trigger the animation for the monster where it's like staggers and stops for a second, but you don't get the pin. So you can just spam that over and over and over.
I crashed.
Oh. That's all right. That's only one.
Yeah, that is the first crash tonight. We're in really good places with this.
That's it. 1 hour. But yeah, so there was a thing that you could do with the Fatalis fights, where Fatalis had a very, very long animation for that magnet pin. Like, it would stand up and then slowly go down on all fours and then writhe around for a bit, and then it would get back up again. So you could just spam that on the Conquest War Fatalis and just win that way, and it just wouldn't be able to move because of this like weird host side thing.
It's kind of similar to how we used to farm hardcore contours. You basically traded turns, and the entire fight was it standing still, getting stun locked with flash bombs.
That's always been a thing with the counter, hasn't it? It's just throwing flashbangs at its face.
The hardcore one at the time was so strong that its chip damage from stepping on you one-shots you, so you had to keep it unlocked, otherwise the quest wasn't doable.
Jeez. that's incredible.
Really
so next up we're going to be doing Garuba. Even the high rank version starts the fight with a one-shot attack, so that's going to be very, very fun to do. We'll wait for Bradley to get in here.
Should also note that it says I am HR7GR1, and so I have no idea why that when I log in, that's what it says. I have no idea why it won't let me join those quests.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe try and speak with the guild lady in the middle. I know she's GSR, so maybe that might...
So I've talked to her, and I did what I was supposed to do there, I think, but... Holy crap, guys, guess what?
Chicken butt.
I have game audio.
Oh!
Yes!
It's really loud, but I've got it.
Looks like I'm going to be putting on the duck horn then.
Give me just a second, I got to turn this down some. It is really, really loud. It is now on 2%.
Finally get to hear. Uh-oh.
I see Ascalon saying, remember the bubble.
It's literally Furu baby, and it looks like a fetus. Oh, this is disgusting.
You found the Kessie horn, huh?
Yeah, that's disgusting. Dude, why?
So this was the prequel. So I'm guessing that Monster Hunter Frontier is actually the prequel to Death Stranding, then?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Little known fact is that the the guild mom from 4 Ultimate, she actually appears. She's had a bit of plastic surgery, and people call her Norman something now. But yeah, she's actually a character, believe it or not.
Who?
Never mind.
Like
Missed the mark with that one.
I mean, it's probably similar to our. I assume it's probably our similar to our experience with Man Miku.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, let me. While we're waiting for this to load, I'm gonna see if I can find that picture. I know it's on Facebook and I can grab it from there, but Facebook actually won't let me log in because I'm connected to a Japanese VPN. I'll post it after the stream in the like a link to the picture, because holy shit, Man Miku is the greatest thing ever to happen to Frontier.
Man Miku?
Kino, have you not shown him Man Miku?
Oh, is it the fish?
Oh no,
No.
No.
Oh boy. This is some deep lore that I missed.
It's essentially way back in the day when the Miku armor came out. This male hunter had like Miku's face, but in the possible, and he was like wearing literally nothing. It was just disgustingly funny.
So it's Miku's hair, but it's like the face where it's like almost like the sumo wrestler like grunting face, and the rest of it is just bone armor.
As in, like, Hatsune Miku, you mean?
Yeah, like Hatsune Miku. So.
Alright, that
God,
is pretty good.
that might be like I remember. I'm trying to think of exactly how. I remember getting a picture from Kino. It was just like, Grav, look at this, and it was just Manmiku, and I'm not sure what the context was. It was like, look what I found, or look at this guy, or something like that. Good God, it was hilarious. I'm back, by the way.
Cool. I did an incredibly hunting horn set that I had saved, so I'm just sort of MacGyvering one together right now. So
No problem. Question from HardyCoin75410. Can you understand the text? I used to be able to understand it a lot better than I do now. I kind of just going to things is kind of muscle memory at this point. I don't speak Japanese outside of a few phrases, but I don't read Japanese basically at all. I used to be able to a little bit to get by, and I kind of have an idea of what certain things are in the game based on how many characters there are and what the characters kind of look like, but not necessarily how to read them myself. One of the advantages of not having played Frontier in years is or disadvantages, I guess, is that I've lost the ability to effectively communicate in this game, or to know what half of the buttons do, or not half of the buttons, but half of the people and characters and menus do.
I can't communicate or put grammar words together, but I could get by knowing some kanji and some of the kanas and just go from key clues from there.
yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat as Kino. I can't converse, but I'll know like what certain parts are, which monster to look for, like all the stuff you just need to know exactly where you're going. And even then, it doesn't always work out, but you try.
Yeah. When in doubt, press W.
Yes.
When in doubt, W's in chat.
Yes. Definitely, yeah.
And hope that they weren't talking about
right.
saying, hey, I had to go, my mom just died, because then you feel really bad.
Yeah, you can't always knock them out of the park.
I echo words in my mind. Ascalon says, stay in the bubble.
Yeah.
I will remember that.
So I don't know where this bubble is, so I'm going to follow the shark.
Okay. Yeah.
This duck is red.
This is a new duck. This is last year's model.
Breeding Heat season. Hypno.
Yeah. I tried to find another one. I didn't pick the best quest for us to listen to but things are going to get very, very insane very quickly.
So what is your favorite monster, HardyCoin asks?
Ooh.
I have a lot. I like Zemitrios and Anoru and Shantian. Bubble!
Where's the bubble?
Oh, you'll see the bubble.
You'll see it.
Should I be standing in this
I
white
had to
light?
learn the hard way a few times.
Okay, this thing's cool. Oh, I see it. I see it.
There's the bubble. So that is just straight up a one shot. You can, I think, panic dive it, but even then, it's very difficult to do so. So that just straight up wipes things.
Okay, I'm gonna slow down DPS now.
So I could probably make an informed guess from your username, Grav, but what about your favorite one?
So believe it or not, it's not Gravios.
Okay. I wouldn't be very surprised. Gravios isn't generally a very liked monster, especially his custom.
I have to break out of... Okay, this is Akira Jabia's status effect. Okay. Okay, I had to figure out what that status effect was. I think this is the right item.
Oh, Crystal Blight? Yeah, Crystal Blight's...
Excuse me while I chug energy drinks.
Uh-oh.
And so this monster is... What monster is this? This is...
This is
Garuba Deora.
Garuba Deora, yes.
a burst species. So we fought an origin species of Raja, prehistoric one. Burst species like Zeru, who we fought earlier, just like further evolved extreme adaptations of other monsters, but in a different way. They're normally really, really crazy. This one uses the wind element, which is a combination of, I think, ice and dragon or thunder, one of the two. And it uses crystals to attack, which gives you that annoying blight that turns your stamina bar into 0 and basically covers you with what's essentially crystallized blast blight. And it's also got the last name of Deora, so it's a massive pain in the ass. I mean, starting the fight with a one-shot's real cruel.
Yeah.
But yeah,
sure.
that's Garuba. That's
So,
Garuba.
He's also the flagship for the what was it? The PS Vita version of G.
Really? Of all the monsters they could have chosen.
They chose Garuba as flagship for the Vita.
So my favorite monster, actually, surprisingly enough, is Kolpteroth.
Bubble.
I think Kolpteroth
Nice.
is the best fight the Monster Hunter team has ever made. And while I know it's not a Frontier monster, having taken such a long break from Frontier, it's so hard for me to. I'm blighted again. Shit. Ah!
It's okay. I've got my friend on the stick. Everything's fine.
Well, my
Your
weapon is
support
literally unusable now.
animal.
It's my
Luckily it
emotional
didn't
support duck. Actually, no. I am the emotional support duck.
So Zenith
See?
Rathalos is in this. I don't think we can fight it because for some reason won't let me do any G rank quests, despite the fact that I'm G rank. So I'm a little confused there.
Oh yeah, and to even fight Z Rathalos, you need G rank 200. So,
Yeah, that
just at a guess, I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe today.
or ever.
Yeah.
Oh, play the song. Play the song.
Oh yeah. All right. Friend on the stick. Don't know how well it's coming through.
You can kind of hear it.
Oh wow! I actually managed to get a song off.
Yeah,
I can do this as well.
I
can
really
also do a
love.
Sonic
Oh,
Bomb.
good. I really love Kushala. Not Kushala Dara. That's a fucking terrible fight. I really love Kolpteroth. And I'm really excited for the new siege monster they're coming up with, just because what they've done in Iceborne has been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's like a siege monster mixed with their. So I'm very, very interested to see what it's like on Friday. Very excited. I think Sathyajiva looks great.
Also, its armor is really, really overpowered. So,
Oh, it's so good.
Once again, spoiler alert: if you've not been paying attention and you're waiting for Iceborne on PC, or you want to just stay spoiler free for the monster, this thing has some ridiculous skills. Is Glavenus in this game?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize they put Glavenus in this game.
Yeah, Glavenus, one of the only 4th gen monsters to return in Iceborne, actually.
I remember.
Did you?
When...
Oh no.
Good.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was going to say, did you mean Frontier? But no, if you talk about Iceborne, Glavenus is in Iceborne.
Oh, I'm answering questions from the chat. So yeah, one of our newer viewers has been asking some stuff. So that's why is this monster in this game? Is this? But yeah, I know Glavenus is in Iceborne. I ran this set for a long time.
That's me jumping the gun there. There surely is egg on my face. Cool.
I don't even know if this is the right item, but I'm gonna guess that it probably is.
You're at the G-Rank host again.
Every time. What am I doing? Okay. There we go. High rank. She's so happy. She's like, this is the first time you've spoken to me in months. You actually need me?
Well, they're all losing their job next week, so.
Yeah, if you know anything going in Celiana, please let.
I really kind of hope that the Iceborne team has an event where some of the characters like show up and say hi, and then like go off and do other stuff, like they stop at the New World. I think that'd be really cool to do, especially considering that the Frontier team is joining the Iceborne team after this.
Yeah, I definitely like to see more nods towards Frontier. I know with some skills and mechanics coming over, it seems to be that way, but I just want to see like more acknowledgement of it. Okay, next up is Ruko Diora.
Oh, fan favorite.
Yeah, everybody loves this one.
This is my boy.
The original. Yeah,
I got some armor for him.
You're gonna show up wearing. Hey, remember this guy?
Hey man, this is the skin of your ancestors.
I've left it in a box for 7 years. What are you gonna do? Cool. Yeah, Ruko, one of the first monsters, if I'm not mistaken, to use magnetism was like the original magnetism monster.
It was the very, very first one, and it was super cool when it first, like, I don't remember it coming out. I remember, like, fighting it for the first time. That was such a cool concept. And it's done so, like, how do I even describe it? It's done, it's very different from the, from what some of the later magnetism stuff. It's very simplistic fighting. So Lunastra, by the way, is actually a Monster Hunter 2 monster. It was originally from that, and then was released later on. And then when it was released in Monster Hunter World, it actually is a just a returning monster, as many of the monsters in that game are.
Yeah, and they really changed her up as well. She was, having never played the portable series really all that much, but I do understand that she was basically Blue Tailstra, but just easier. And then they went and looked at her in World and just went, yeah, but what if she wasn't? What if she was, the worst fight in the game?
Well, we can actually have 4 players with Lunastra now, because originally you could only solo her.
Yep. Yeah, that's right as well. I think there was another monster like that. Monobloss, I think it was.
Yep, Monobloss used to be a solo-only hunt.
And it's still the case in Frontier, actually. You can't take a... The only time I think you can fight Monobloss is on Hunter's Road with other people, but even then it might just be limited to the solo version. So...
I'm going to use a silly hunting horn next.
Should I magnetize? I don't remember how to get rid of this debuff.
You are... Oh, Chloe's here as well. Chloe's just kicking the crap out of this poor guy.
Don't forget to carve the tail, guys.
Oh, yeah.
They've already cut it off.
Gonna new carve it. So bringing back the plate run carving strat. If it doesn't work, we'll throw a flash bomb and... Yay.
Oh, no plate, retire.
Yeah. Oh.
Hated that.
Every time, man.
Oh man, the finishing blow with the uppercut to the face.
That was cool. You really did a number on that guy. Goes to impact as well on the face, much like any sort of Diora, but that was good. I mean, these Poogies.
We have a G rank Rasta that helped us kill this 1-star monster.
No, that was all you, bud. That was all you. You made the duck.
Don't patronize me.
No, I'm not. I'm complimenting. Look, see, I'm singing you a compliment song. You can go.
Yeah. I'm going to use a silly hunting horn next.
So Molten Tigrex. Personally, when I fought him, so Molten Tigrex is the red one. He's okay. I don't find him too difficult. I've not fought him if he's in this game. I've not fought him in Frontier, and I'm not sure if I really want to see him back. To be honest, he's kind of the similar fight to regular Tigrex. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of subspecies coming into the games though, unless they're like brand new fights.
Yeah. I think that they've done a good job of changing a lot of the newer subspecies. Like, if you compare, say, blue Kutku to normal Kutku, and then you take something like Ignactor and put Glacial Ignactor into the mix, like, there's definitely a lot of difference there. When it was just literally a color swap in a lot of cases, especially in the older games. With Stygian coming out as well, Stygian Zinogre coming out, it's very similar to normal Zinogre with just a couple of things changed, aside from the element, of course, but...
It's got enough new attacks that it's a very different fight. He's way more aggressive than regular Zinogre is, too.
Oh, yeah. They gave him that one, it's not even an attack, it's just a repositioning move, where he sort of flips around you, and that makes worlds of difference. Like, that makes it so much more frantic.
And as, like, a tanky weapon user, that is so hard to deal with, like...
Oh, yeah. You got to spin on a dime and just hope you're not committing to it at all. Okay, let's see. So that was the end of the list, the brief list that we drew up. But I think we could probably show off an Inagami. I think that'd be nice to do. And if there's anything else, maybe some people in the chat, if they want to see anything in particular, we could give a couple of those a try. What do you reckon?
I feel like Kino just had a heart attack about Inugami. Just someone just the brief breathing in.
Yeah, Inagami. His Zenith version, a real chump. Let's see.
But yeah. So I guess really, Hardy. I guess what I would say is like any monster can be difficult if you don't go in prepared. The biggest thing about playing Monster Hunter in general, just the entire franchise. This is from someone who's been playing it for since Monster Hunter 1 nearly 15 years ago. I would say just like fight it get a feel for it, go in prepared, bring lots of healing items, be prepared to die. Carting is part of the game. And just understand that sometimes it might take you a few attempts to get through a monster. That's really the biggest thing I can say. And yeah, like Brute Tigress has got some good stuff. It's got a lot of good items, and in Iceborne. And I'm not saying it's not worth fighting or anything like that. Brute Tigress is I'm not a huge fan in general of subspecies unless they make it whole new fights. And Brute Tigress does have them in Iceborne. Like, don't get me wrong, the subspecies they put in the game have been overall pretty fantastic, and have been very different from their counterparts. I would just, in terms of new monsters coming in, I would also much rather see brand new monsters rather than returning monsters. Like I, for example, don't want to see Fatalis in Iceborne. I don't want it to show up.
Oh god. No, yeah, I completely agree with that one. Like, they've been knocking it out the park with newer monsters, you know, Odogaron, cool. Safijiva, I mean, I even enjoy Volcana. I know a lot of people don't, but like, I'd much rather see stuff on that level than, you know, oh, hey, look, Fatalis is back, it's the epic Black Dragon. I'm like, yeah, but all of the Black Dragons sucked as a fight. I don't want this, you know? Give me new stuff, man.
I mean, even the monster that Fatalis is chasing is a fucking terrible fight. And while I think honestly though, Lao Shen Lung is the only monster I would like to see back, but they have to give it a total overhaul.
Yeah. They'd have to completely change the Lao Shan fight. They'd have to make it a siege.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Like, you need to have something else that justifies, like, oh yeah, it's a spectacle of a fight, that's great, but then that just means you're forced to do a 30-minute cutscene in a game, which just, I don't know, doesn't seem right to me.
It wasn't cool in Ocarina of Time, and it's not cool now.
Yeah, exactly. I want to play, I want to feel like I'm fighting this thing, not just letting the cannons do it for me. So Inagami handles bamboo to use as weapons. Uses the sleep ailment. I don't know if there's ever been an elder that just exclusively uses sleep. But yeah, this sure is one of them. And also, he has a nice effect where if you break all of his parts, he does a big explosion like that. There we go. That's great comedic timing. Inagami and I actually practiced this script before we started, so it's good to see he remembered his stage directions. And I'm gonna reward him with a duck to the face.
Can also support animal too.
Yes.
I still need them to put in a plush weapon in the game.
What are you going on there? Is that the Pobo Kino? Oh no, it's Kamu.
It's the Kamu hammer, right? Or is that Hunting Horn?
Dude,
Hunting Horn.
Oh god.
I've never seen that one before.
It's a really old one.
Oh, look at him. Dude, this is Okami. I remember this game. Oh. Just gonna stand here screaming this duck in his face.
If you've been playing the newest Monster Hunter games, you'll notice that monster didn't actually hit me, but the hitbox did, because hitboxes, much like in all the old Monster Hunter games in Frontier, are horrendously bad.
Yeah. Terrible.
This thing literally hit me, and it was nowhere near me, and something you have to just be aware of.
Yeah, that's what started the whole Plesioth meme, wasn't it? Plesioth had a notorious tip check.
Yep, not even just hit check. The tail spin would hit you, despite the fact that its tail passed over your head.
Yeah, they actually had to change the animation for that so that the tail actually dipped down when it did the swing, which I thought was pretty cool. And like, oh god, we've done so much wrong with this monster. It's it's a nightmare. So I want to see if we can try and do one thing. Actually, no. If you're having trouble accepting G rank quests, I don't know if you'll be able to take this one, but
probably won't. If it's not letting us do any G rank quests so far.
No.
Varubrasu.
Varusa, yeah, we could do Varusa. Yeah, that's
So, like, think of the most epic quest we can do, and we'll use that as a final kind of send-off.
Yeah, okay. We can't do G, though, that's the thing.
We can't do G, that's the problem.
Because I was thinking of Road, but it is... Oh, I don't know. Did you have an idea there, Kino?
I do not. Oh, Supremacy quests, like Black Rothian, everyone likes that
Ooh,
apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could finish off with that.
Rathian.
That would be kind of a poetic end.
Yeah, sounds
Let's do the kill one, not the repel.
good. Okay.
So we can go through all the phases.
Yes. I was actually trying to learn the G, like Sheetan, like Heavenly Solstice quest version of Unknown, and you can get that thing scripted, but it will still kill you anyways. It's so hard.
It's
Oh wow,
so
that was a
cool,
Gold Star
though.
large Inugami, or maybe it was Gold Star
Oh,
small.
really? I did think this guy was that head was a little bit unreachable.
Man, filling out my guild card with those gold crowns just a week before it goes away.
Yeah, just complete the entire Hunters now. They just last 10 days or so.
I did exclusively grind a G rank in several days, so despite
That
the
was
fact.
impressive. Did you like? How did you find that? Was there any?
I mean,
a hiccup on the way, or-
I had 3 quests. I had Black Rothian in the tower. I had gold and silver Volganos, and then I had Shantian, and that was all I had to do to get me from HR6 to, or HR5 to HR7. I'm sorry, HR6 to G rank. I mean.
Yeah, I do love that little effect. Like the big just G rank over your head that all the other players can see. Like it's that much of a big event. I thought that was a really, really nice touch. 6 star. So Black Rathian, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Beautiful. Do we bring a Rasta for this one?
I mean, let's not.
Okay, let's go.
Let's not and say we did.
Okay.
So we actually have to fight.
Yeah, I've gone full on try hard. So if all else fails, I can bust out the problem solver. Cool. Right, Black Rathian. Literally doesn't have a name in game. It's literally just called Unknown Black Flying Wyvern because you guys were mentioning quests when it was introduced.
Yep, it is. It shows up actually. And they'll show it here too. It's multiple question marks on the screen that pop up, and it actually locks you in place at the start of the quest when it happens. And so, since it was a random event when it first came out, this was an incredibly cool thing and incredibly exciting. You'll notice in just a second. Here we go.
We can't
Oh,
move at
Graf,
this point.
you haven't found the Supremacy version yet.
Oh boy.
This is the
Alright.
only quest we've done tonight that I've actually I've already completed.
Nice. Okay, here she is. The black and red counterpart to Zeru's
White and blue.
yeah, white and blue. Oh yeah, and with their own theme as well, which is something. Let me see, is she gonna transition one? So she has multiple rage modes, she never goes out of them. She just goes up like stages. It's like if you remember Molten Tigrex, he fires up like 2 rage modes at a time. And yeah, Unknown's very much the same way. I do like this. Like it's got such a like ominous presence. Okay. Okay.
And there is the roar that you need ultra great earplugs for. Oop, that's a bomb.
Okay.
Yeah, earplugs in this game were a. So this is a monster hardy called it's just called Unknown, or specifically Unknown Black Flying Wyvern. It has no official name. It's just 3 question marks, and it is a really exciting fight. I remember we got a lot of stories about it when it first came out. They would randomly invade your quest, kind of like Devil Joe, but it would be like a big pomp and circumstance about it.
Yeah, if you've ever played, I think Portable Third at the end of your quest, sometimes like when Zenoga first appeared, it would just appear as like an extra objective on the end.
Yeah, the invasions.
It's a real nice.
Oh, the repel one.
That was the repel. Oh my
Yeah,
bad.
you
Yeah.
I think the kill one
missed
is
it.
G rank.
Oh no, it's not G rank. The kill one is a different option in the supremacy.
Well, we could just hunt it again.
Chose the first one. Yeah, we'll do it again. We'll get a longer one. We only got 2 rage modes, I think, out of that. So,
Yeah, only 2.
Yeah, we'll go for the full one. Yeah, there's it's a very very mysterious monster, of course, judging by its name. But it's the highest version of it that you can hunt. There's a quest known as a solstice quest or heavenly conquest or something along those lines.
Oh, Disu gets one too, doesn't he?
Yeah. So people prefer to go unknown because unknown has significantly less health, and Disu is an awful fight. But yeah, she's still completely terrifying to fight. Like, gets an extra final phase where she disappears off the map, the music goes completely quiet, and then she drops a planet on you, essentially. Just like junk starts falling out of the sky, the whole area goes black. It's a real spectacle.
Yeah, she makes shadows appear and like her eyes go Narga style in the dark.
Yeah, she turns the entire screen dark, and all you can lightning.
You're G-rank quest again, boy.
G-rank quest again. Oh man, force of habit. Okay, sorry, Orange Girl. I'll speak to you instead. But yeah, Unknown was fantastic. So this one is just. Oh god, is it Repel? I guess it's going to have to be this one, right? Is the urgent the Repel or the kill? Because I think I chose...
The required quest is the Repel.
Oh, okay, that'll explain it then. So it'll be this one. I just chose the one with question marks on it, so I hope it's that. There is another unknown monster that we were gonna hunt, but this one only shows up at G rank, and it's Miru, which is just a great.
I love Miru.
Yeah,
So wonderful fight, wonderful theme.
Oh, that theme is amazing. But that also appears at random throughout all the G rank quests as well. It's like one of the things that if somebody tells you, what should I be hunting? Miru. Just like how friendly it is, but how rewarding it is to fight. Yeah, it's pretty good. And
Unknown.
Okay. And then we go. Let's just fast track her to her first rage mode, shall we? So we'll count along. So that's 1. That's our first rage mode. I believe she gets 5 or 6, and then she gets a final stage.
Oh, and this attack can be rolled through.
So that's what I was earlier. I think when we were talking about when I mentioned like good AOE's, it's like that.
Oh,
like,
come on! I rolled through that and still got hit with a roar.
Unknown doesn't care what you do. Like, Unknown decides what you dodge, Gravion. But if you've ever seen Seething Basilgeuse's like big old nuke attack in Iceborne, that is either impossible or you need the evasion man to roll that. And I don't know. I think that with an attack like that, you should be able to roll it with just standard iframes. And I think that's what I mean when, like I say, AoEs that work. Like Valhazard does the attack where it splats the ground. Oh, he's up.
I got him.
You got him?
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Cool. Another one just for safety.
I barely took any damage from that. The booster procced.
Oh, nice. So that's another thing as well in Frontier is juggling attacks. So I think if you caught the whole thing they were grabbing, he took damage and was at 0 health, I'm assuming, or would have been at 0 health.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just get juggled in the air. Normally you're invincible when you get hit by an attack. So yeah, there's certain attacks where you can just get juggled over and over. There's one especially wonderful attack from Zenith Gassera, where it slams the ground 9 times, each time just bounces you like a trampoline. And it's very hard to evade, like incredibly hard to evade. It sure does look good when you get hit by it, though.
And then now her wings glow.
Yes. Does she reach the blue mode in this state?
She should, yes.
She should, yeah. And you can notice her getting more and more like goes on, like she does some just insane attacks.
Oh, and she mimics other monster moves, and how her wings glow red. Those are like Rathalos patterns, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing as well, because she busts out like throughout the Wrath family. I know that Zenith, Rathalos, Zeru, Unknown all share like certain moves. There's one like wing flapping attack she does that was like one of the harder moves for to evade with the Rathalos for me. And just seeing that now with Unknown, I'm like, oh, so that's where it came from.
See,
that's actually a Beru move right there.
Yeah, the dive.
This dive bomb is a Beru Kyorosu, I think is.
Yeah, and then there's also Dragiros, which is a dragon element variant.
You pronounce your R's way better than me, Grant. I remember trying to do some and trying to say Zeru Resu like
Zerusu.
properly. Yeah, I sounded like I was choking. It's so bad. Is anybody who can actually pronounce those names correctly? Hey, it's just gods.
I'm poisoned. It's not a toxic poison, so I don't really care.
Oh,
That's
there it
There it
goes.
is. So now, oh yeah, this is jump, flap, dive. That is such
That one shots back in the day too.
Yeah, that is such a brilliant attack though. That requires so much, like, here we go again, jump, flap, dive. And the only tell for that, the only tell that she's going to do that attack is the fact that she's actually standing in her idle animation. Peerless Zeru does this as well. I remember going, oh, he's standing still. That's weird. He's a peerless monster. He should be out for blood. But no, he just hit me with that like spanking, and it didn't go well. This could probably be it right here. Nope.
Got the flinch though, so we're lucky. There's the bombard attack.
Espinosa move.
Yep, where it bombards with tornadoes and then flies back.
Ah, yes, good old first gen insta charges. I remember those.
Where they would stun lock you into a wall.
Yep, 100%.
Good times.
Was there ever, and I don't know if I actually want to know the answer for this, but what was, for those of you who played Monster Hunter 1, what was objectively the hardest quest to do? Just
Powder Stone.
There we go.
Powder Stone was the worst.
Was there, yeah, handle with care. Was there ever an egg, like a frontier egg quest?
Not that. Oh yeah, there was a one like that. It was like you deliver 3, but it was an event quest. I don't remember how it went anymore. It's been so long. There was something like that.
It came out on April
Proper old
Fool's, I'm
school
pretty
one.
sure, and you got garbage for the reward.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Because what was
that's
his
brilliant.
name? One of our buddies from the guild completed it after like 9 hours of trying and got garbage.
Got garbage as a reward.
He was so
Actually,
mad.
I can show this off. I'm gonna try and see if the pin will work on her, because she's all magnetized now. If I don't kill her before then, she's dead after this.
I'm
By the way.
avoiding to hit. Oh, there it goes. There's a pin.
Yeah, she's gonna be dead after this. But yeah, this is the magnet pin. You build up enough like a status. It shows an aura around them. You keep them still, and then this one attack here, that is 600 motion value.
Jesus Christ.
Final attack is 600 motion value. It's disgusting. And the best part is that it hits where this little magnet is. So you can see me like shoot it onto her face. Please don't take that out of context. That's where the damage hits. So I just, you can imagine adrenaline, strong attack 6, rush boost, ceaseless, blah, 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 thundercloud, etc. All on a 600 motion value attack onto like a monster's face. You're going to be breaking stuff very quickly with that. I just got bullied there, dude. I just like walked into like a flurry of fists. There we go, counter. Nice. But yeah, that was the mag spike pin. But yeah, Unknown is real scary. Probably not one of my favorite Frontier monsters, I would say, but definitely up there. Definitely one of the more iconic ones.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something that I have fond memories of, and just seeing it come out the first time and freaking out, and then remembering that Kino forgot hot drinks. Good times.
Oh yeah, it was an occasion. That's what it was. It was like a full on. It's like
Aw.
an actual event. All right. Oh, man, I wish there was a way I could share this. Let me screen cap this because the finishers for the mag spike pins are always the best. Because the way the explosion effect happens is it's like an orb coming out from around you. So it just looks like you're surrounded by a dome of magnet energy. It's beautiful.
It's awesome. All right, and with that, guys, we're going to call it an end for the stream. It's an extra long one, but I think it's well-deserved considering that Frontier is going officially shutting down next week. So that being said, thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back sometime, probably next month with the holidays at the end of this month. Probably next month where we do our next episode. But with it'll be probably beginning of January sometime with a prep for Iceborne episode of Monster Hunter World for PC, and then back with some Iceborne after that when it launches for the PC as well. That being said, I am Gravion. Actually,
I am Kino.
Sorry, before we finish off with that, I'm actually going to. I forgot a segment we need to do, which is So where can we find everyone? You can catch me on Twitter, which is up in the corner. All of our Twitters are there. It's a good place to follow us for updates on things. You also check out YouTube, which is youtube.com/Laoshan Destroyer, and that will get you to our backlog of various things. Kino, where can they find you?
Everywhere.
Yeah, she's on Instagram. She's on Facebook. She's on Twitter. The Twitter's a good place to get a brief idea, and most of us have our other things linked through that. And Sarah, where all can they find you?
Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube mostly. CeraCymmetry, like Diablos Greatsword, when it eventually comes back, if ever. And YouTube is the same. I also do stream on Twitch, Cera_Symmetry. So just all the same universal cross there. Come say hi, and just ask me things. I like it when people do that.
All right. With that being said, this has been Gravion and
Kino.
and
Sarah.
signing off, guys. And farewell, Frontier. You will be missed.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Frontier.
Goodbye.